Phil. David came over to Australia, and originally my whole family was in the truth, but they left.
When you say, see, people that might be listening might not understand cliches that religious groups use, like truth or seven seals. So you came here to see and understand something which you thought might be the truth. Is that it?
Yes.
Okay. Have you been disappointed?
Not at all. I've seen things I haven't seen before. Every question I've ever had has been answered, and I've seen the whole book, the Bible, open. Every question I've taken to scholars that have not been able to answer.
And even before you came to hear David here and to sit down and study with him, did you have opportunity to go to any institutions of higher learning before this?
I was in a college doing a diploma, and I did have questions that I did take to theologians, and none of them could answer my questions.
So it was a religious college?
Yes, it was.
Okay. Do you have any desire to leave here, and are you being held against your will to do so if you did?
I am not being held against my will. I desire to stay here. I do not want to leave.
Nikki, I know that you mentioned that you wanted to say a few words because of an incident that happened about 10 days ago with which now left you without a brother. Did you want to say anything about that? It would seem.
I'm very disappointed. The whole incident, DATS came in and they shot my brother. They left his body. They wouldn't take his body out and bury it. He's been buried at the front of the property now. I mean, I thought this was the country of, freedom of speech, freedom of religion, whatever, and just human decency. It just doesn't seem to exist.
Is there anything you want to say other than that to those that might be watching, viewing, or to family, friends, anywhere?
I'd like to say to my mom, Marlene, Mom, I know you don't understand this, and I know you're going to be heartbroken, but please, you always told me not to judge, and that's what I want to say. In the end, you will understand everything.
Anything else, Nikki? Okay, thank you. Sit with us, and what might your names be? And your? Melissa? And Rose and Melissa, you two seem to be the two controversial persons that the agency wanted to know about because they believe that you, Melissa, wanted to leave and you were being kept against your will. Maybe we should get into that first. So, Rose and Melissa, what was that all about the other night?
Well, Dick, FBI or DHS agent phoned here and he wanted a counselling, and he was speaking to Melissa, and Melissa told him that she'd leave on a condition, and and he was speaking to her and he was prompting her, telling her to tell me that I'm unfair, that she wants to go, she wants to go play with her friends, which,
I can hardly hear you. I hope that it comes across on the camera.
You can't hear me?
Yeah, so anyway, let's ask the question to Melissa. Melissa, do you want to leave here?
No.
You don't? Are you sure? Did you tell Dick on the phone, though, that you would leave if they allowed a Robert Gonzalez? Do you remember that name, Robert Gonzalez? They asked you if David could talk to him. Then they asked you, would you leave then? And what did you say?
Yeah.
But what about now? Do you want to leave now?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Is your mom holding you against your will right now?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You're positive you want to stay here?
Yeah.
I don't know what else we can say or how we can ask it, but if you want to leave, we would let you leave. Do you think that's true?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you have to say about that, Rose?
Well, that's true. She told me earlier that she doesn't want to leave. She doesn't want to leave me, but she wants to leave the country.
Okay. Well, I can understand that.
Right.
Especially in relation to what's all happened here very recently.
Okay, it's understandable.
So why did you come here again in the first place, Rose?
Well, it's a long story, but I'll be brief.
Yeah, okay. As brief as possible.
Well, so a couple of years ago, well, I was raised religiously, and I didn't think religion had much to offer, not when you read the Bible. And a friend of mine came to my home and said that there's someone that can show you these things in the Bible exists in the last days, or prophecy will be able to be understood. And I thought, well, I thought I'd all listen anyway. And so, since that day, I've been here. And I've not been disappointed with what I've heard.
Okay. Do you want to leave yourself?
No.
Are you being held against your will?
Of course not.
Of course not. Okay. So the reason you stay then is there some reason why you're staying here, even in the for the very reason that there could be harm to your own person and to your daughter? Why would you even chance something like that?
Well, there's no harm here. The reason why I stay here is, like I said before, about someone that can open up prophecies, things that have happened here in the book. There's no reason to leave right now.
Why haven't you walked out already? What are you waiting for?
Okay, well, the person who showed these things take away, and also we can see the events that are taking place. These are the performances of what have been shown already, so I don't want to leave right now.
Okay. And we also today have another group with us, but I guess it doesn't appear like they're all here, so we'll just wait a moment, just a second. And it appears to be a family, and where is this family from?
I'm from England.
You're from England, and what is your last name?
Henry.
Henry. Would you like to give your first name, starting with the young lady to the far left? You're right.
Diana.
Diana?
I'm Phil.
I'm Paulina.
I'm Stephen.
I'm Vanessa.
Villa.
And what brings you all the way from England, a nice, lovely home of which I've seen and been in, what brings you to America, to a place called Waco, Texas, or Waco, Texas? Anybody want to speak first?
I've always wanted to know, to understand the Bible, and I wanted to know about the seven seals. And I met somebody who can show me the seven seals. I asked my pastors, my ministers. I was a former Seventh-day Adventist. Nobody could show me. And now I've found what I've been looking for.
So you haven't been even slightly disappointed?
Not at all.
Have you asked the hardest questions that you ever possibly could ask in regards to anything religious?
I have, and they couldn't tell me anything. They just kept saying it's wrong, but they couldn't tell me where it was wrong.
Have you ever had anybody, or have you ever seen in your experience in the past few years, anybody controvert what this man that you say can do this has?
Not at all. I have tried myself. Nobody has at all.
Okay, the rumor has been that you're being held against your will. Does anyone here want to leave, and are you being held against your will?
No way.
And what is your choice then? What would you like to do as of leaving or staying?
I like to stay. As long as he says to stay, I'll stay.
And, go ahead.
As far as I'm concerned, I ain't going nowhere. I'm staying right here because I believe that where I am is the right place, and that, we're family here, and, I really like it here. I know that I'm not going to be leaving here just now.
I'd like to say, too, that I know the people in England, they thought that I was forced into being here, and that is not true at all. This is my own choice. I've wanted to stay here. I've come here and I've wanted to stay here. And this is where I want to be, and I don't want to leave.
Okay.
This is a life and death situation, and I want to live eternally. And I would like my sisters, my mom, and my friends not to worry about us because we are okay. And I wish when this is revealed that they would listen to and they take heed.
Okay, so this seems to be